African Americans. What's up? This is Rico, the opinionist. Let's see if you can see me. And if you want to reach me, I'm right here on Facebook at Rico, the opinionist. OPINIONIST. As well as my Facebook page is Rico, the opinionist. And let's see. I do have a blog site that's Rico, the opinionist as well. I haven't written anything on that in a while, but I do have some other thoughts and opinions on there that's from like last year. And yeah, I think I've written some in the beginning of this year. But uh, if you just want to, see what's up and see what I'm talking about, what this guy's opinions are all about. And well, today, I guess what's on my mind is, I guess I'll be flipping back and forth. Y'all know how I do, those of you who've checked out my videos. This idea of obeying authority seems to be the theme or the topic or the statement that's being made by a lot of people, be it African Americans or people in general, as it relates to the young lady who was snatched and dragged and just pummeled out of her desk in South Carolina at the high school by the cop who was obviously on steroids. And no, Mr. Badass, the Incredible Hulk, Dr. Slam, or Mr. Slam, or whatever his little nicknames are. Well, here's the deal. I'm surprised this dude is still walking around because obviously, there isn't a male figure in her life that could go ahead and just make that go away. All right? Yeah, I said it. But this thing about, well, she needs to obey the rules. That is the truth. We all should obey the rules. She should obey the officer's authority. South Park. I scroll through Facebook, Twitter, and all this. I see a lot of videos where white women and white people in general are just disobeying and even taunting the police. And it's very rare. I guess because they know their rights. Not just because they know their rights, but that doesn't matter in this case. This is a little black girl. But in the case of these Caucasians who are disobeying the orders, they're not snatched out of their cars, they're not called ugly names, they're not brutalized. And African Americans don't seem to get this point. No, we're not saying that the young lady should have been disobeying the orders. But what is interesting, I've been hearing these comparisons to people who are actually violent to this young woman. This young lady said no. She disobeyed. No, again, principle. No. And so, are you willing to tell me that grown people can't get a young child out of a desk without that? Wait a minute, they can't get black children out of a desk. They can't get black children out of a desk. Rico, you're making this about race. I can't help it, jackass. I live in America. And I've read the history of America. And I've read the history of Europeans and their behavior towards people who are of color. So maybe you need to take your ass to the library too and read up on this history. See, what I'm never going to do is blame the victim for racism. I'm not going to do that because I guess I'm too smart and intelligent for that. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm telling the truth. But I am being, for those of you who don't understand this concept of understanding history. Let me switch my hand over here. Okay. Now, for those of you who believe that the young black girl got what she deserved, you are a jackass. Yeah, I said it because it's the truth. Because those of you who have children know damn well, had you watched the video and you saw your little child, son or daughter, being manhandled and mangled like that, you would not only remember that you are a licensed gun owner, but you will forget about obeying authority and all that because you'll go into protect my child mode. But it's very interesting to hear African Americans make these statements about she should have obeyed the cop. Who obeys the law more than African Americans? We were brought under particular laws that if we didn't obey, we call them slave codes, we would be killed. And the Africans who disobeyed had their feet chopped off, babies cut out of bellies of pregnant women and allowed to fall on the ground, and the heel or the boot of the plantation owners would touch. The plantation owner would crush the fetus to prove to the Negroes around that you must obey the law. Even during what's called segregation, who obeyed the laws more than anybody? These were trumped up, retarded laws. But blacks obeyed the law. Even when they were clearly unjust, blacks obeyed the law. Here we are in 2015. Laws are still screwed up. Blacks are being told punitively, obey the law. But when other people disobey the law, they can shoot up a church. They can shoot up a movie theater. They can shoot up a Virginia Tech. They can shoot up a high school, Columbine. But they are not handled the way this young girl was handled. And to compare this young woman's action of what I would call silent resistance. It was silent, nonviolent, silent resistance. That's what she did. This is according to her classmates. See, y'all need to read a little further. According to her classmates, she didn't say anything. She said no. The young man who videotaped it said no. She put her phone away. Was very apologetic. Yes, she disobeyed the school policy. So in no way in hell am I going to fix my brain around saying this was appropriate. And those of you who've done it, shame on you. Especially if you black, shame on you. You obviously got a good job. Because it seemed to be the Negroes with the good jobs, job security, have all this we're all American attitude. It's very interesting how you can take on that attitude, but all it's going to take is for your child to be snatched around and manhandled like a dog. No, she didn't deserve it. Yes, she should follow school policy. That's why they have things in place to handle that. You know what I'm saying? They're dogging out black males, so they're dogging out black girls too, in a sense. And by the way, where are the black female organizations? Where's the outrage? Black female organizations, Black Girls Rock, sororities, where y'all at? Y'all are mighty slow to say something about this publicly, nationally, but let somebody put a little lame-ass reality show on, and you get over 50,000 signatures to try to have that show removed. I want to apologize for the young black girls for not being a part of maybe a sorority, because they'll protect you then, I guess, or they'll stand up for you then. Maybe she's not a part of the right church or something. Why having these black female organizations? Oh, I thought Black Girls Rocked. I guess y'all should change your motto to Some Black Girls Rock, because it is very interesting. Roland Martin made a point, because I was checking out his little profile. Roland Martin, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, so y'all won't attack Rico out. Roland Martin put this out here. And I saw it. I said, hey, Roland, that's a good point. That's a great question. Where are the black female organizations? Oh, yeah, black feminists. Not black feminists, but feminists, period. Gloria Allred, you son of a bitch. Where are you? Here's a female being attacked. Gloria Allred, we want to get this to her, you wretched old bitch. Where are you? Here's a female being attacked. Black females, y'all ever noticed that white feminists don't ever come to your rescue? Now we have black females who ain't come to the rescue of other black females. Isn't that amazing? But a lot of you refer to yourselves as black feminists. Wake up. If you understand black nationalism, if you understand protect your own, you'll forever have things like this happening to you. And I don't want to go too long with this video. I just had to share my thoughts about that. I thought it was very strange how we act like we don't like our own children. Who do you think these black children came from? They came from you. And for you to turn them over to the very oppressor who doesn't like you in the first place, created laws against you anyway, that we are obeying. We're tax-paying, law-abiding people. We are. And I notice CNN is trying to play the tape slowly to try to see if the girl was actually attacking the officer. This is the slowest crap I've ever seen in my life. In the liberal media and the conservative media, they're doing their spin now. Because see, they're justifying in dehumanizing black children. All this stuff that is happening to black folks, black children, black men, black girls, whatever, is nothing new. The scholars have always written about this. The scholars, you want to know who the scholars are? We call them Malcolm X, James Baldwin, Fannie Lou Hamer, Marcus Garvey, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner. The people y'all don't want to read about. I guess they too black in this multicultural reality. And Black Lives Matter is just unnecessary. But it's black folks that cops are mainly attacking. I don't understand this new Negro intelligence. And I want all of us to be together, but I know all of us are not with it. And so You can comment on this video. I don't give, no, I do care about your comments, but, you know, but if they're negative, who cares? Because I'm going to make more videos. And you can continue to come to my page and either like it or dislike it. But I shouldn't have said that because I do want to reach us. I want us to read more. And I want us to understand that Jesus is not coming back. Jesus is dead. To all the religious folks or folks who still call themselves Christians in 2015. That is something amazing. You're still a Christian in 2015? Even after the movie 12 Years a Slave? Even after the documentary on Roots? You're still a Christian? Are you kidding me? Let me go back and say, if you don't understand what buying from black, loving black, taking care of each other. I know all 40 million blacks are not going to be down with this. But if I can get 5 or 10 million of us to understand what Jews know to be true, what Asians know to be true, who else? What Italians know to be true, what every other racial and ethnic group in this country understand. They know they depend on each other to survive. Probably why racism doesn't impact them as much as it do black people, because we're still trying to pull it back. We're still trying to gain acceptance from the very oppressor who does not give a rat's ass about us. Yeah, I know a lot of you got white friends, you got white folks you do business with, and you have white girlfriends, white wives, white husbands, white boyfriends, biracial children, blah, 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 blah. That still does not change the reality. See, all they do is what's called test runs on black folks. They don't do anything new. They just do test runs. And sooner we get this, the better off we understand. In the public school system, why do you still have black children attending these public schools? You are free, Negroes. You are free. Create African-centered charter schools and leadership academies where your children can be taught by people who look like you, who understand them, who loves them. When you hand your children over to the oppressor, that is what happens. White guy or the school system just dogs them out. And a lot of your children are not graduating in this public school system. I don't mean to go all over the place. I just want us to understand the purpose and importance of black nationalism. Do you understand this? Let me ask you again. Do you understand this? Until you do, there's no Jesus coming back to get you. What else? Somebody else is dead. MLK, they shot him in the face. He ain't coming back. In the last year of his life, he left instructions. Jesus left instructions. Malcolm X left a huge mark. Fannie Lou Hamer, she left instructions. Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman. All these folks left instructions for us to go by. Marcus Garvey. They left instructions and we just said, forget it. I'll just be multicultural. Sure, we'll all get along. We're all Americans. But it's interesting that we're all Americans doing the World Series or the Super Bowl or when sex, drugs, and rock and roll are in play. But when it comes to economics, education, and politics, they don't split party lines. They get away from you niggas. Until we understand that. And this is not about hating anybody. But Jews actually hate other people. They do. Have y'all seen it? Have y'all been checking out the information that's coming out of Israel? Man, they are doing the African immigrants in racist. Chosen people my ass. So having said that, I want to end this video, kind of. Something else may come to mind. But the black girl, the little sister, did not deserve that. And I understand about obeying authority. So do you just mean it for black people or do you mean it for all? Because you can go all over YouTube, all in the newspapers, all over and see people who don't look like you not really obeying authority. And guess what? They go home unharmed. And I know, Rico, you ain't white. I know about that too. So far, so good. I haven't gotten in any trouble because, you know why I don't get into trouble in this system? I pay my taxes. I don't break the law. And I understand who white people are, why they were grafted, how they were created, and what they're about. And that keeps me out of trouble. Guess what? I get along with everybody. I swear I do. I have white coworkers. I've always had white coworkers in my field of social work. I get along fine with everybody. But that doesn't mean I have to go to bed with you. I don't have to party with you. But I have party with white folks. Let me scratch that out. I have. I've kicked it. But we don't have to live together. I have to go to your house. You don't have to come to mine. And so, because there are enough of us for me to be friends with. But when it comes down to my people, like Jews and Asians and other folks, I'm kind of serious about that. And I know this multiculturalism stuff. Yeah, I like this. That's pretty cool. That means a lot. Maybe y'all need to read up on this. I keep it on. I don't even take it off even when I take a shower. So, maybe we need to read up on who we are so we can get that self-love and stop hating black children. Stop hating black children. How you think they got here? Through your grown black ass. They're our children. The ones in the ghetto, the ones in the suburbs. They're our children. I don't have any children. I don't hate black children. I don't hate any children, but I especially don't hate black children. I love our kids. And it saddens me the state that they're in. But do I blame black children? Do I blame children for how they're acting and all that? I blame the parents. But still, we'll say it takes a village. But we don't really participate in that. Now, I'm going to stop this video because that was about to make me go somewhere else. I'm going to save that what I was about to go to for another video. And let's all support this little sister. Because as we learn more about her, she doesn't have parents. So I think somebody died in January and all this. And we also need to understand the psychological impact of post-traumatic slave syndrome on the African mind. We've gone through a lot. And a lot of us have not gone through that treatment, that clinical therapy, to dismantle the psychology of separate but unequal and legalized slavery. We have not. If you still believe in that white Jesus, you're still sick. And you're the main ones who are saying that little black girl deserved what she got. They didn't want to throw up. Black kids need to learn authority. They need to respect authority. Who does not respect authority more than black folks? I was reared to respect authority. It's called my grandmother, my mother, my father, and uncles and grown people, period. So if black kids are rebelling against authority, maybe y'all need to look a little deeper to see that maybe it's a little deeper than not having home training. Because see, one thing I always learned from being a kid reading history and reading about wars, they don't send 40-year-olds to war, they send 18-year-olds. And our youth, regardless of how they're behaving, they're no cowards. Maybe you grown black folks, y'all the cowards because you got your good jobs now. And you don't want to start no trouble. But we all know there's something wrong in Denmark. And our children know it. That little black girl stood there. She's like, no, I'm going to stand my ground. Oh, yeah, stand my ground. She stood there. And she accepted it. And then another black girl stood up in her defense. Were they both wrong? I don't know. I know you're supposed to follow school policy. But when you break school policy, it's not death. It's not breaking her little arm or putting a gash in her head. It's call the parents and suspend her. That's how they do it in other schools. Why aren't we psychologically in tune with our children? What's wrong with us? Yeah, I asked a question that I know the answer to. So I'm going to leave the video. I'm stopped. I swear I'm done. Again, Rico the Opinionist. I'm on Facebook, Rico the Opinionist. I am on YouTube, Rico the Opinionist, and my blog is Rico the Opinionist. Check me out. The video, I got another long. It's about 19 minutes and 15 seconds. Well, anyway, I'm gone. Thank y'all so much for checking this out. Those of you who stayed for the whole 20-minute ride. Until next time, be cool.